longer just the Steel City, now high-tech Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And where the Allegheny meets the Monongahela to form the Ohio, sits Three Rivers Stadium, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The stadium sold out today as the Steelers host the New England Patriots. The Steelers have won 7 straight games, the longest current winning streak in the NFL. And a victory by Pittsburgh today ensures them of a first-round bye. They've already clinched the AFC Central Division title. New England has a remote chance of making the playoffs, but must win today to retain any chance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pittsburgh. Tom Hammond and Bob Trumpy ready for the homecoming for Curtis Martin, who is the sensational rookie running back of the New England Patriots, leads the AFC in rushing over 1,200 yards. It's a great story. Yeah, it is a great story. If you consider that last year with the University of Pittsburgh, this kid played 3 college football games. Won the first game of the season, University of Texas. Season ends, he goes to the blue-gray game. Only because the Pittsburgh coaching staff is there, they invite him. Then he gets an invitation to the Senior Bowl. Dan Reeves uses him as a fullback. What happens a year later? You gave his numbers. He gets a trip to Hawaii. The kid makes the Pro Bowl. It's a wonderful story. He has a string of 3 straight 100-yard rushing games going right now. But he faces the #1 defense in the NFL. Yeah, this Pittsburgh defense is special, Tom. It has great speed on the front 7. It's turned over to the front 7 to get the job done. They stunt, they twist, they blitz, they do all kinds of things. And the other thing is, anytime you get a chance to watch Greg Lloyd play football, it is worth the price of admission. Well, Jim Gray is here to watch Greg Lloyd and others. In fact, talked to Bill Cowher before the game. What did Bill tell you he told his Steelers, Jim?
Well, Tom, he told the Steelers in their pregame huddle that they got to jump out early today, that they've got to get a grasp on the Patriots right away. Cowher is concerned because 2 of his assistants, including offensive coordinator Ron Earhart, worked for Bill Parcells for a long time. So he's concerned if they don't jump out early that they will adjust very well throughout the game. Tom?
All right, Jim, and there is Ron Earhart. Actually was head coach of the Patriots, Parcells an assistant, and then their roles reversed with the Giants. And before the game, they had a little greeting. Talking to Coach Parcells yesterday, he said, I know what Earhart's going to do. I know that he likes this and he likes that. And he said, of course, Ron knows I know, and I know he knows I know. And he could have gone on forever. For 8 years, Earhart was in his ear. He was the offensive coordinator for the Giants with Parcells. So, yeah, they both know what the other guy is thinking. And even away from football, Earhart and Parcells are very close friends. And the Steelers have won the toss as Brian Wagner tees it up, ready to kick off for New England. Nice afternoon for December in Pittsburgh. Temperature in the high 30s and a little sunshine on the field here at Three Rivers. You see that Wagner has not often put it in the end zone. And this one taken by Ernie Mills. And Mills has a good return going, breaks down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds across the 40-yard line at the 41. Nice return by Ernie Mills, and the kicker, Brian Wagner, forced to make the tackle. So Neil O'Donnell leads the Pittsburgh offense onto the field. And that offensive line, Dermontti Dawson, acknowledged as the best center in the league, headed to the Pro Bowl for the 4th time. Neil O'Donnell a bit disappointed he's not going to Hawaii. But his favorite target, Yancey Thigpen, is headed to the Pro Bowl for the first time. Now on passing downs, they'll come in with 2 wide receivers. Cordell Stewart will be one of them, and he's in there right now in the slot to the bottom of your screen. First down carry by Eric Pegram, who is the leading rusher for the Steelers. And he takes it across to the 47-yard line where Troy Barnett makes the tackle. New England's defense lines up this way. It is a 3-4. Only 3 of them left in the NFL and 2 on display here today. Roberts, White, Barnett up front. Vincent Brown, the linebacker, top tackler, 5th straight year. In the secondary, rookie Ty Law, who took over for the departed Maurice Hurst, has 3 interceptions. Didn't take him long to get Cordell Stewart in the lineup, right? They start the game with him at slot. 2 quarterbacks out there. Cordell, top of the screen in the slot here. O'Donnell's first pass on target, complete to Yancey Thigpen, has a first down in New England territory at the 44-yard line. McGinnis and Reynolds combined to bump him out of bounds. And Tom, the thing you must consider about this Pittsburgh offense is that last year this was an offense that ran the ball and then threw it to the tight end Eric Green.
in the off-season realized the value they had in these receivers and said, look, we got to spread the ball around. They have made the most remarkable change in offense in a year's time, and it's been successful. It's very rare that a team can make that big a change and it works.
Saw the numbers on Thigpen, who leads the AFC in receiving yardage. Pegram to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4 yards. It'll bring up second down. Ted Johnson, rookie linebacker of the Patriots, made the tackle. Eric Pegram, a Falcon cast-off, tackled by the rookie, and Pegram has had quite a year. He said he thought the Falcons gave up on him because he was too small. He's 5'10", 195 pounds.
But you know, at 93, he had 1,000 yards rushing for the Atlanta Falcons, but sensed that he wasn't big enough to be that super back in the run and shoot, so was out of there.
Play action fake. O'Donnell under pressure, zips it complete. Catch made by Mark Bruner is tight end. Nice grab by Bruner, who got the high aerial for 16 yards. Chris Slade then knocked him down.
Well, this is an awful good play action fake by Neil O'Donnell. When you've got the threat of a running game, then it'd be a great running back game. But if you can hold linebackers at the line of scrimmage, now watch this play action fake. And it just, everybody on the defensive line hesitates, gives that little space for Bruner, the tight end, to get inside Slade for the pickup. Nice start so far here for Pittsburgh.
O'Donnell has taken them right down the field on their opening possession. Hand off to Pegram, who breaks to the outside, will be taken down for a loss on the play back to the 26-yard line by Willie McGinnis.
McGinnis 2 weeks ago, a very bad game last week against the Jets, did an excellent job. Bruner's trying to block him. They're still waiting for this kid to really emerge. He was one of the top picks in the draft 2 years ago, but and they kind of envision him along the lines of Lawrence Taylor. Doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
When they draft a kid who is that big, that strong, but he's not really made the transition to superstar yet.
Fourth player taken, as you see. I said a loss on the play, actually a gain of a yard, maybe a yard and a half. O'Donnell, plenty of time, no pressure, but he misses his intended receiver. It falls incomplete. John L. Williams out of the backfield on a crossing pattern, covered by Vincent Brown. And of course, both teams have a history this season of sputtering on that opening drive. Pittsburgh has scored only 1 touchdown, New England none.
Yeah, that's remarkable because both of these teams are decent offenses. Not great offenses, but decent offenses. And you would think that Earhart, with all of his experience, could figure that out. Same is true with Parcells, Ray Perkins on the other side of the ball. They can't figure it out. Drop passes, dumb penalties.
3rd and 8, Cordell Stewart in the game. In fact, he is to the top of the screen. 4 wide receiver set. O'Donnell overshoots his man, Yancey Thigpen. So 4th down, and the Steelers, after a good start, come up empty on 2nd and 3rd.
And try to spread the defense as best they possibly can, which is so unusual for this Pittsburgh offense. Used to be a big, looked like a bunch of ants out there in previous seasons. Now, spread receivers all over the field. Let O'Donnell make the completion if he can.
Norm Johnson to attempt the field goal. He leads the NFL in scoring with 123 points. This is a 43-yard attempt. Ron Stark, the punter, holds. Norm Johnson sends it on its way. And from 43 yards, he cannot hit it. So Johnson misses, and the opening drive once again for the Steelers proves to be a failure. We're scoreless. Enduring corporate images floating overhead, providing our aerial views of Three Rivers Stadium today. Goodyear blimps appearing over major events since 1925. You know it's a big game when you see the Goodyear blimp overhead. Patriots about to get their first possession of the football. Cowher Steelers coming up empty as Norm Johnson missed a 43-yard field goal. That's Ben Coates in motion. Bledsoe puts it in the air, and he has his receiver, Sam Gash, the fullback, who takes it for about a 10-yard gain before Myron Bell makes the tackle. Here's the New England starting offensive lineup, and up front, hats off to Bruce Armstrong, to the Pro Bowl for the 4th time. He'll be battling Greg Lloyd today. That's one to watch. Bledsoe hitting less than 50% of his passes, 3 more interceptions than touchdown passes, but Ben Coates leads the AFC in tight end receptions, and of course, Cordell Martin, the leading AFC rusher, 1,200 yards. Here's his first carry, spinning his way to the 45-yard line. A tough couple of yards before Willie Williams makes the tackle. Pittsburgh defense ranked #1 in the NFL, and it is an active defensive front. Seals 8.5 sacks to lead the team. Green has 7 of them. Kirkland, #2 tackler. Osofsky replacing Chad Brown. And, of course, the great Greg Lloyd. There's the secondary. Cordell Lake's going to the Pro Bowl at a safety, though he's played cornerback since midseason. Bledsoe swings the pass complete to Curtis Martin. And another short gain for the Pittsburgh native. Cordell Lake chases him out of bounds.
New England here trying with formation to give Pittsburgh's defense a lot of different looks. That time Sam Gash, the fullback, was flanked out here as a wide receiver. So just kind of spread the defense out a little bit. I think Bill Parcells and his staff realizes how difficult a defense this is to run on. And that opening drive for a team, especially on the road, sets your mind right. So he's trying to trick them a little bit with formation here.
2nd and 7. You saw the numbers, disappointing numbers on Bledsoe this season. Bledsoe, plenty of time here. And the pass knocked down by Cordell Lake. Good defensive job on Vincent Brisby. And now, just now, a flag comes down.
Very late.
Brisby was calling for the interference, and he gets the call. That was one of the later flags I've ever seen.
I agree with you. Should I or shouldn't I? Maybe the official got it lost in his pocket there.
Pass interference. Number 39 on the defense will place the ball at the spot of the fall. First down.
Bernie Kukar is the referee.
Darren Perry on the coverage. This ball was intended initially to go to the outside receiver. Good coverage, and then you see Cordell Lake is there, and he's the one that the penalty should have been called on, not Darren Perry. No question there was contact.
So first down, New England at the Pittsburgh 40. Scoreless first quarter. Play action fake. Bledsoe rolling to his right. Unleashes it and completes it. A gain of about 8 yards to John Burke. One of his tight ends, Darren Perry, immediately bumps him out of bounds, but Bledsoe has him rolling.
Yeah, and Tom, I think that this is a very good idea by New England, having Bledsoe roll out a little bit. Because it appears to me throughout this season, he's been a little timid in the pocket. And if you put somebody on the roll here, or on the waggle, as they call it, now he's away from the rush, and he throws the ball well on the run, and that's a nice pickup.
2nd and 4. Looking for their initial TD on an opening drive of the season. Martin shake one man and another, and he has a New England first down at the 25-yard line. Tackled finally by Levon Kirkland, but a nice run there by the sensational rookie. Curtis Martin could be a rookie of the year. He came to some games when he grew up in the Homewood section of Pittsburgh, went to Pittsburgh University, but this is the first time he has played at Three Rivers Stadium.
And Tom, before we came on the air, when he was introduced, I mean, he just shot from underneath the goalpost out to the 50-yard line. He was unbelievably excited.
At one point, he was looking for 100 or so tickets for the game. I think he scaled it back a bit. Got 70, looking for 110. Bledsoe goes for the end zone with Curtis Martin there. And he was double covered. The pass incomplete.
Throw back, roll one way, throw to the back out of the backfield. A lot of different looks here for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense to deal with. Again, Cordell Lake was a linebacker in college. Comes to the Steelers. They make him a safety. Rod Woodson gets hurt. They move him to corner. This gives he's an extraordinary athlete, but look, he's no corner. They protect him with zone coverage. They don't put him out there where he's exposed. There's Rod Woodson on the sideline. Talked to him yesterday. He doesn't have the strength back in his leg.
Hoping to come back for the playoffs, but looking less and less likely. Delayed handoff. Curtis Martin again shaking tackler. Stopped just short of the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down. Tackle by Willie Williams, the corner of the Steelers, who has stepped up and had a nice season too. Cordell Lake making the Pro Bowl as a cornerback. Bill Cowher saying it sent a wonderful message, because when he moved from safety to corner, he was risking sacrificing a trip to the Pro Bowl as a safety. And he got there anyway, selected as a cornerback, and Cowher said a very positive message sent there.
Yeah, and Lake didn't complain. Realized how much it would help the team.
Nickel defense by the Steelers here on third down. Bledsoe rushed, got rid of it. Catch made by Dave Megate, and Megate fights his way to the 5-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Megate out of the backfield, the hot receiver. Bledsoe under pressure, found him, and New England has a first down.
Yeah, they also found the weakness in the Pittsburgh defense. You see Kevin Green, he's going to end up locked up on Dave Megate. Now, Kevin Green can rush the passer. He is not good in coverage. So by formation, they get Megate on Kevin Green and take advantage of it.
So first and goal at the 5. Dick LeBeau trying to rally his Pittsburgh defense here. Martin hacked and tackled. Beautiful penetration and tackle made by Jerry Osofsky. Osofsky starting for the injured Chad Brown, who is having a sensational season. But Osofsky is thought well of by these Pittsburgh coaches.
Double inside linebacker blitz. 99 Kirkland, also Osofsky across the line of scrimmage. That's the one characteristic of this defense in Pittsburgh that I really like. They play the 3-man front. They're always in a gap. They're always testing a gap, getting someone upfield.
Second and goal from the 6. Megate in the backfield here. Split backs. Bledsoe's pass knocked up the air and intercepted. On the deflection, Willie Williams, I believe. Let's see. Yes, Williams with his 7th interception of the season. So the Patriots threaten, but the Pittsburgh defense holds. In Pittsburgh, Tom Hammond, Bob Trumpy. Steelers take over at their own 2 after the interception by Willie Williams. Try to pound it out with Eric Pegram, who gets a couple of yards to the 4. Let's go back to Williams' 7th pickoff of the season, one that Bledsoe never should have thrown.
I agree, Tom. You're going to see that there's a picket fence here by defensive backs, and the linebackers are right here. They're waiting for this play. This is a perfect call by Dick LeBeau, the defensive coordinator. There are 3 guys around Gash who comes out of the backfield. When Bledsoe throws this, it bounces off his shoulder pads. There's 5 Pittsburgh Steelers who could have come up with a deflection. Willie Williams did.
So the Patriots still have not scored a touchdown on their opening drive this season. John L. Williams to the 5. Tough yard, and New England defense looking good, trying to hold them back in their own territory. Mike Jones gets credit for that stop. It'll be 3rd and long for the Steelers. Operating from their own 5-yard line. We're scoreless in the first quarter with just over 5 minutes remaining. Cordell Stewart is in on this 3rd down play. Slash. He's a quarterback slash receiver, the nickname given him by Bill Cowher. 4 wide receivers, in fact: Thigpen, Hastings, Mills, and Stewart. That's Cordell Stewart in motion. O'Donnell from his own end zone finds John L. Williams, but he stops short of the first down. Good open field tackle made there by Corwin Brown to prevent a Pittsburgh first down. They'll have to punt from deep in their own territory.
Patriots had 6 defensive backs in the game. Matter of fact, for this football game, Bill Parcells has 9, count them, 9 defensive backs active.
He said, well, they can come with 4 or 5 wide receivers. I don't care. I can match them corner for corner. Dave Megate awaiting the punt by Ron Stark. Punt that Megate lets bounce, and it takes a good Pittsburgh bounce. It got him another 10 yards. It'll roll dead at about the 38-yard line. 51 yards by Stark, courtesy of the roll. We're scoreless at Three Rivers. 4:06 left, first quarter. New England and Pittsburgh. Dick LeBeau saw his Steeler defense pushed all the way back to its own 5-yard line before getting a drive-stopping interception. Bledsoe threw that one away. That's what he should have done on the interception.
Yeah, probably a good choice. Kevin Green right in his face. Oh, a late flag thrown.
Bledsoe is arguing with the official. It'll be against New England.
Intentional grounding. Boy, that's a tough call. That is a very tough call. Parcells is jumping all over the back judge.
The offense. He threw the ball away while he was in the pocket. Also loss of down. Second down.
But Kevin Green is right in his face. Yes, he is throwing it away to avoid the pressure by Kevin Green, number 91, but that's a 3-step drop. Throw it out there. Costly penalty, the most expensive offensive penalty there is in the game.
That's right, 10 yards and loss of down. It's 2nd and 20. Bledsoe has his man in the flat this time. Hassan Graham makes the catch and takes it to the 35-yard line. Got only about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and actually 14 coming up.
Already now Pittsburgh beginning to put a little pressure on Drew Bledsoe. That's twice in a row now. Kevin Green, number 91, has been right in his face.
And there are some that think Bledsoe is exceedingly antsy this season in the pocket. Snappy, I think, is what Bill Parcells calls it.
Snappy, yes, that's the word.
6 defensive backs, the Pittsburgh dime on the field. Bledsoe gets protection, rifles it, incomplete. And a flag. Hassan Graham, defended by Willie Williams, could be the 2nd interference call against the Steelers in the 1st quarter.
Pass interference. Number 27 on the defense. That's the 1st down at the spot.
Deep out, run by the receiver. This ball well thrown by Bledsoe. Steps forward. Hard to tell whether it's contact, although if you see Williams' left arm, a lot of the officials, they'll allow contact if you don't try to wrap that arm around the receiver, and I think that's how they caught Willie Williams.
So 1st down New England at the Patriot 46-yard line. 3.5 remaining 1st quarter. Delayed handoff. Curtis Martin dodging, dancing, breaking free, and taken down from behind at about the 22-yard line by Willie Williams. There you saw some of the flair of the brilliant rookie Curtis Martin, 36 yards.
And he just makes people miss. Watch on this run, these little hesitations he has. Perry has a shot at him, misses. Inside linebacker has a shot at him, misses. He's just that shiftiness you need in a running back that, you know, you'd like to teach that to a kid, but they're either born with it or they never have it.
Just outside the red zone at the 22. Bledsoe for Coates, broken up. Myron Bell, the defensive play.
One of the things that the Steeler defense does with the loss of Rod Woodson is a lot more zone. This is double zone. Corners up, safeties out, and the linebacker, Osofsky, is the man in coverage. And another drop by the New England Patriots receiver down around the 20.
Over 60 for the season, dropped passes. 2nd and 10 from the 22. Short drop, Bledsoe over the head of Brisby, who was well covered, and incomplete. Well, the Patriots are gaining some yards against the best defense in the NFL, allowing 268.8 yards a game. You see the contrast with the New England defense, ranked 27th, but so far no points.
And the other thing is, too, they're only allowing 81 yards a game in rush. So, I mean, that's the best part of their defense, stopping the run, and so far Curtis Martin shredding them for 48 yards.
Bledsoe, good protection, has his man out of the backfield. Sam Gash, the former Nittany Lion, takes it to the 12. Tackled by Chris Oldham. It'll be close to a 1st down.
Well, Gash already has 2 receptions in this game, came into this game with just 21. So again, now, great job by the Patriots offensive staff. Just a little different look. You know, we don't feature Gash as a receiver. All right, we're going to throw it to him today. You got to cover him. Just spreading it around, not allowing the Pittsburgh defense really get honed in on what our intentions are.
It is a 1st down New England at the Pittsburgh 11. Martin, blocker in front, and Curtis Martin to the 5-yard line. Curtis Martin really, we asked him how important this homecoming was, having grown up here, having all his friends in the stands, and his mom And he said, well, I want to help the team, but he had that sort of glint in his eye. And I think it is something special for him. And the way you said that he ran out on the field, I think, is a perfect indication of that already. 54 yards rushing.
And when we talked to him last night, he said, I'm not even going to see my friends. I'm going straight to my hotel room. This is important.
Here he is again. Nothing there this time. The Steelers stack it up at the point of attack and stop Martin for no gain. Center of the Pittsburgh defense.
Another interesting point, I thought, we talked to his running mate, Sam Gash. And number 33, the lead blocker, another one in a long line of great lead blockers out of Penn State, said, we're going for 1,500. Every time I sit down and talk with Curtis Martin, I tell him, we're going for 1,500. It's you and me, not just you.
It's we, that's right. Third down play. Bledsoe had it tipped and incomplete. Ray Seals, having his best season in his 8th year, was able to deflect the ball, bring up 4th down.
Now, last week, Bledsoe, even though he's a tall quarterback, had 6 balls tipped at the line of scrimmage. I don't understand that unless he's locking onto a receiver. Defensive players read a quarterback's eyes. They can tell when it's where he's going, get their hands up, knock the ball away.
That Barr's field goal attempt is good. About a 24-yard attempt for Barr, who missed 3 last week. They were calling him hat trick all week for the Patriots. Puts them in front. The first period, New England up on Pittsburgh 3-0, and the Patriots, Ray Perkins, moving the ball on the top-rated defense in the NFL.
In a lot of different ways. You like that, especially on the road. You know, whatever you've seen on tape, Pittsburgh, it may not be the case today.
Officially, Barr's field goal 23 yards, and Wagner set to kick off. Mills settles under it at the 10. Ernie Mills bounced off 2 men. He's got another good return going. He's close to the 45 with a flag down. And again, Brian Wagner, for the 2nd time, has to make a saving tackle. Let's check the penalty.
Flag on the play.
It'll be against the Steelers.
Wagner a little slow leaving the field here. 2 kickoffs, 2 tackles.
Number 87 on the return team, on the run back. That's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
Wagner saying that's not in my contract, this tackling business.
Well, it is now. Let's see if we can pick up the illegal block by 87. Yet push in the back. Right there, 87 is all over him.
Mark Bruner, that's about as blatant as they come.
Trying to saddle him there. Let's just push him in the back. Let's get a bridle on him.
Well, here in the first quarter, New England has 7 first downs to only 2 for the Steelers. Wagner feeling the effects of that tackle. O'Donnell pumped once, taken down. Sacked by McGinnis. Willie McGinnis, the linebacker, coming and getting his 9th sack of the season. He leads the Patriots in sacks.
From the up position, he gets in a great spot to put a lot of pressure on the rookie Brendan Stye, the offensive guard, who comes up to try to block him, runs right over him. I mean, just deposits Stye on his
posterior.
Yeah, gold riches.
He took him all the way back into O'Donnell's face, didn't he? The power rush by Willie McGinnis that time. That makes it 2nd and 20. Closing seconds, first quarter. Eric Pegram looks for a block at the point of attack. Not enough. Only to the 17-yard line to bring the first quarter to a close. At the end of 1, Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, the Patriots leading the Steelers 3-0. Quarter, Three River Stadium, 3-0 New England over Pittsburgh. And on the sideline, Brian Wagner, the punter, being tended to. I saw him trying to phone his agent, saying, you know, I need a raise if I'm going to have to make these tackles. And, you know, they put that in his contract. Did you say an incentive clause?
An incentive clause. 2 tackles.
Third down play for the Steelers, looking to convert their first third down of the game. And O'Donnell long down the sideline, collision and a flag. Cordell Stewart, streaking down the sideline, collided with Carlos Yancey in a meeting of rookies. Yancey, a rookie from Georgia, and Stewart, the rookie from Colorado.
Patriots sideline saying that was uncatchable. How in the world can you throw the flag?
I might agree.
Pass interference on the defense, number 40. We'll place the ball at the spot of the fall. First down.
Tom, you remember what Bill Cowher told us yesterday? He said, you got to understand this. Cordell Stewart is very fast. Cordell Stewart has great ability to be a receiver. There's contact there. He said, we're not messing around with Cordell Stewart as a receiver. Began this with just being a scout team receiver. He looked so good, they had no choice but to put him out there in some form of formation.
That's what Cordell said. Not my fault I look good at receiver. I still want to be a quarterback. Pegram. Only a couple of yards. The New England defense has been tough against the run today. Mike Jones led that charge.
Yeah, this New England defense is not fancy. Same guys, same spot all the time. It takes execution and a lot of hard pounding against Al Groh and this New England 34 defense to beat him at the line of scrimmage. They don't try to trick you. They just try to beat you physically.
2nd and 8. Pegram has carried 6 times for 19 yards. O'Donnell loads it and then sends it to the sideline, caught by John L. Williams to the 45 of the Patriots. Looks to be close to the first down, maybe just a foot short. Tackle made by Ty Law, who was covering him out of the backfield. Looks like it'll be just short, less than a yard of the first down.
Neil O'Donnell last year, he was kind of a bit player in this offense. Run it up in there, don't make the mistake. When he came back from that finger surgery, they put it in his hands. Said, son, we need you, and we need you big time.
Playing
and he has responded.
2 screws and a rod in the pinky of his hand. He said, I'll never be a genius, but I can play. Pegram for the first down. Didn't get it by much, but didn't need but a foot or so. Tackled by Tim Roberts and Ted Johnson. First down, Pittsburgh.
You know, when you look at O'Donnell, doesn't he look the part of a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback? I mean, he really does. Got that beard, you know, and you see him grimace out there, you know, and he's clenching his jaw. And he is the real deal. And I think his teammates, and especially Greg Lloyd, finally realized that Neil O'Donnell is the real deal.
He's a sort of a Bill Parcells type player. Parcells said he voted for him for the Pro Bowl. O'Donnell down the sideline and a catch to Yancey Thigpen. First down, Pittsburgh. There is the O'Donnell to Thigpen connection that has worked so many times this season. That one good for 28 yards before Terry Ray makes the tackle.
And consider that Yancey Thigpen was behind Anthony Miller out in San Diego. He said everywhere he'd been, they were a running team first. I never got a chance to be a receiver. Finally this year they give me the opportunity, and as he made the best of it.
From Rocky Mount, North Carolina. In fact, they went to high school in Pine Tops, North Carolina. Pegram breaks to the outside, turns the corner, lowers his head at the 10-yard line. Tackle Myron Guyton.
We were mentioning Yancey Thigpen and the fact that he just couldn't get his chance. Well, look how his opportunities have increased. 74 catches coming into today's game. So, hey, I always thought I could catch it. They just had to throw it my direction.
And 1,136 yards coming in to top the AFC. Big season for Yancey Thigpen on his way to his first Pro Bowl. 2 receptions first half today. O'Donnell wings it to Mills and incomplete. Tried for the one-handed stab, and O'Donnell went down in the face of the New England rush.
Just a simple square-in pattern run by Ernie Mills. And you're going to see Chris Slade here on the pass rush. Oh, jumps right inside John Jackson. You know, last week Jackson was replaced because that young man that plays for the Oakland Raiders, you know, the outside linebacker, gave John Jackson fits. So they replaced him. A couple more plays like that, he might be on the bench again.
The last pass tipped a bit, so it's 3rd down for Pittsburgh. 3rd and about 3. O'Donnell, plenty of time. Then the protection breaks down and he throws it away. Now, is that pass
Why is it
intentional
different?
grounding? That was similar to the Bledsoe one earlier.
Yeah, what's the difference? He's in the pocket. He throws the ball out to the sideline. Good coverage here by the Patriots. Not fancy. He looks at 1, he's not open. 2, he's not open. 3, he's not open. Looks pretty similar to me.
Yep, looked like the same thing that Bledsoe was called for intentional grounding. No call, though. Setting up a field goal attempt of 27 yards by Norm Johnson. He missed one earlier, and there's a flag for delay of game.
Ball start. Number 68 on the offense prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
False start it was, so it'll be a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, defensive line tricked him. You know, the offensive line sitting there waiting for the snap of the ball. Defense acts like it's already been snapped. He drew the rookie offsides, or false start, I should say.
Right. 32-yard attempt to tie the game. On its way and through. So Norm Johnson connects from 32 yards to tie the game. Cowher and the Steelers tying New England at 3. Last Steeler game at Forbes Field.
Yes,
huh?
yes, that's right. Exhibition game. Second half delayed because of the smoke from the fireworks.
Dave Meggett returning Norm Johnson's kickoff to the 30-yard line, where the Patriots will take over. Special teams tackle there made by Jason Gilden after a 19-yard return.
Meggett, what an addition to this New England Patriots football team. Told me last week, he said the only thing this New England Patriot team needs is leaders. And he said they have the leadership capability, but they're so young. And he said, look, I play special teams, and occasionally I'm out there in a 3rd down situation, so I can't bring my leadership to these kids. It's got to come from the guys that are out there on every down, guys like Bledsoe.
Just a momentary holdup as an injured Steeler has helped just a couple of yards off the field. And it appears to be one of the backup tight ends, Green, Tracy Green. First down, New England from the Patriot 30. Bledsoe, first down pass, sets up, throws it away. Closest to it was Will Moore. It'll be second down.
Tom,
and Parcells not happy.
Yeah. Tom, they are trying to get the ball down the middle of this double zone to Ben Coates. The Steeler linebackers, excellent speed, and so far the play action fake has not been hard enough by Bledsoe to hold the linebackers at the line of scrimmage so they can get him down through the middle. So he's got to go to the outlet on the outside.
And from the body language of Bill Parcells, I believe that Bledsoe might have missed a read on that one. 2nd and 10. Nothing doing. Dave Meggett stopped in the backfield by Levon Kirkland, one of the unsung heroes of this Pittsburgh defense.
May weigh somewhere close to 260, 265, and is very active for a guy that size. Now, they don't blitz as much as they used to, this Pittsburgh defense. When Woodson got hurt, they had to go with the more conservative backers. But man, they will send a linebacker on a dog and create all kinds of havoc.
3rd and 12 now. Dime defense on the field for the Steelers. Pressure on Bledsoe to Brisby. But he'll be way short of the first down at the 35-yard line. Willie Williams collapses him immediately. One of my pet peeves, why go there? That doesn't do you any good. There is a flag down.
Tripping against the Patriots.
Why catch the ball 5 yards short?
Number 64 on the offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Rookie center, Dave Woolaball.
The Steelers that time came with the corner blitz. They had Chris Oldham, who came off the corner untouched. To answer your question, I think it's just to make a completion. That's why Bledsoe throws it out there, just to make a completion.
So New England to punt for the first time. Brian Wagner with Hastings deep. Hastings from the 17. Got away from the first man. Breaks down the sideline. Hastings. Wagner is there again, and Wagner gets his 3rd tackle. I don't think that's what they had in mind.
Yeah, and they don't generally bring things to take care of injuries for punters and place kickers. It's safe for the real players.
As Hastings with a 42-yard return has given Pittsburgh good field position. O'Donnell going deep down the center of the field, incomplete. Intended for Ernie Mills. And O'Donnell nearly had him. Myron Guyton was covering.
Yeah, that should have been caught. That should have been caught. Sometimes you watch tape and you know what defense you're facing. He does an excellent job here. He kind of looked out of the corner of his eye at the safety. That baby was right there.
Get those alligator arms, don't you? And they get a little short when you hear the footsteps of that safety coming up to pop you one.
Yeah. Sometimes you, as a receiver, you wish you were deaf, but no, you hear them. You do hear them.
O'Donnell handing off to Pegram. Eric Pegram tripped up at the 37-yard line by Ty Law. There's the rookie corner from Michigan, who was a first-round draft choice, the 23rd player taken in the draft this year. And since Maurice Hurst was surprisingly released, he's taken over as the starter and has 3 interceptions. Parcells sort of sending a message to his team by releasing the veteran Hurst.
Yeah, he also believes that he's got several young corners along with Ty Law who are going to be great players in the NFL, getting them game experience.
5 receiver formation. Thigpen, Hastings, Johnson, Mills, and Stewart. 5 wides. O'Donnell goes for one of them, and it's broken up. The pass was intended for Ernie Mills, who drew pretty good coverage down the sideline from Ricky Reynolds.
I saw 6 defensive backs look like man coverage on all of them. Tries to put it up over the defender's head into the hands of the receiver, but Reynolds does an excellent job. Great coverage. Another incompletion.
And again, Parcells says I can match him. Wide receiver for cornerback all the way across the line.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever been at a game where there are 9 defensive backs active for a football team.
So a punting situation for the Steelers. On Stark. Megate awaiting it. Megate is going to let it sail. It'll be bouncing laterally, and a good break for the Steelers, who will down it at about the 3-yard line. Stark had the right English on that one. 33 yards. It pins New England deep. Tied at 3. 9:23 left, second quarter. New England starting from its own 3-yard line. Curtis Martin trapped at the 1 and driven back by the Pittsburgh defense. They were ready for him that time.
Yeah.
Martin stood up by Brenson Buckner and the front of the Steelers.
Tom, again, watch the gap control here. Always, this Pittsburgh defense always moves a little bit, either a predetermined move left or right, just to make it difficult for the offensive lineman to block them. That time Buckner was free to make the tackle.
Loss of 2, back to the 1-yard line. Bledsoe pitches it, caught by Martin, spinning his way, still on his feet across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Nice run after the reception by Curtis Martin. And right now, Jim Gray in the stands with his mom.
Thank you very much, Tom. Well, I am here with Curtis Martin's group. His grandmother's here, his godmother, his mother. She's a little camera shy, so she went behind us. But here are the 70 people who showed up today for Curtis Martin. It's kind of a difficult situation for them. They all have signs, but normally they're Steelers fans, except for today. Tom?
All right, Jim.
That is a dilemma, isn't it?
Curtis with a tremendous run after the catch on that last one. So it's 3rd and 2, and Coates with his first reception bangs across to the 22-yard line, and New England with 2nd and 12 from their own 1 managed to punch it out for a first down.
Ben Coates last year seemed like the only guy that Drew Bledsoe would throw it to. Again, this is the double zone. This is a nice job of New England putting 2 people out in that spot. Megate goes first. The linebacker goes with Megate. Coates comes behind it and makes the catch.
Well, Rochella Martin, a little camera shy, Jim Gray said, didn't want to appear on camera, but we've had a chance to talk to her son Curtis a couple of times, and he is a quality person. Blitz comes, Bledsoe to Coates. Made a shoes pop catch, or a short gain as Carnell Lake went for the interception and whiffed.
Man, did you see what Pittsburgh did there? They had a double blitz. Kevin Green, 91, is in his face. They also rushed the cornerback, Myron Bell. Bledsoe very lucky to get the ball off. Williams, 27, almost gets his hand on it. There was more disaster written over that play for New England than anything, but it does go as a completion.
It was Williams that made a break on the ball to try to intercept, as Bledsoe got rid of it with the rush coming. Only a couple-yard gain, however. Bledsoe's pass, man wide open, catch made just short of the 40-yard line by Vincent Brisby. Darren Perry covers him. It'll be enough for another New England first down.
Now this Pittsburgh defense is putting pressure on Drew Bledsoe. You got Kevin Green being blocked by, and held, I might also add, by Ben Coates, the tight end. That's not a matchup Bill Parcells wants often.
I don't know that I've ever heard you mention a tight end holding.
Well, that's darn close.
As president of the tight end union and benevolent association. Bledsoe and Martin collide. And after that momentary delay, Curtis gets a couple of yards to the 40. Curtis Martin, a very religious young man from the Homewood area of Pittsburgh. In fact, he and Bledsoe bonked right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure who was wrong there. The play is intended to go left. That's obvious, but it looked to me like Bledsoe turned the wrong way from the center. He's supposed to be out of the running back's way.
7th play of the drive. Bledsoe for Brisby. Catch in traffic and into Steeler territory to the 43-yard line.
Oh, that was pretty. That was pretty. Brisby didn't hear the footsteps here. Watch the slant pattern run from the Goodyear blimp on the inside. Nice catch with the hands, put in a perfect spot, concentrates on the football. First down. Brisby got that cast off his hand.
Right.
He's been wearing it for several weeks, and now a man with excellent hands. And
New England continues to move the ball on the NFL's best defense. Martin hit in the backfield and spun down at the 45-yard line by LaVon Kirkland. Kirkland got penetration, nothing doing.
And Tom, if Kirkland doesn't make the tackle, Martin's still running.
Loss of 2 on the play. Curtis Martin, a couple of weeks ago when they played at Buffalo, I had talked to him before the game when he was telling us of some of the travails of growing up in Homewood and talked about what a tough area it was. Boy, they flooded us with calls. They said, that's not that bad a place.
Wait. They flooded you with calls.
Sorry. I was just doing what Curtis said, and here is Curtis Martin down the sideline. He breaks free. Martin dips his shoulder and bangs his way to the 22-yard line. Darren Perry took him on, and Martin had a 23-yard gain.
Tom, you know, this kid looks tireless. I'm not sure anybody can wear him out, but this is, again, a nice little lead draw here run by the New England Patriots, again from the blimp, blocked by number 81. And man, Martin, not the fastest receiver you're ever going to find, but Graham with a nice help out on the side. Good pickup, first down. Excellent drive by New England that started at their 3.5-yard line.
And Curtis Martin now has gained 75 yards here in the first half. Play action fake. Bledsoe whips it complete to Martin. Curtis has another first down. He's at the 9-yard line of the Steelers. First and goal.
Kid never comes out. I mean, long run, go back, throw him the ball. Like he told us last week, and I'm not sore. They can't beat me up. They can keep giving it to me. Again, now you got Greg Lloyd, an excellent pass rusher, but not a great coverage linebacker. And they isolate Martin on him. Bledsoe makes the catch, another first down pickup.
Born in Pittsburgh, Allardyce High School. Now on the sideline getting a breather on the 11th play of the drive. Megate replacing him. Here is Dave Megate from the tailback spot, and it's just not the same. As good as Megate is, tripped up after a gain of a yard.
Now let's see how long Martin stays out. I mean, he's been almost the entire drive here, except for that big catch by Vincent Brisby. I'm going to give him a couple of plays to catch his breath.
And we have chronicled the woes of the Patriots in the red zone, and here they are again, and actually starting in the worst possible spot with a first and goal from about just inside the 10. Bledsoe's pass over the head of Ben Coates and incomplete. It'll be third down.
But Coates didn't even put his hands up.
Yeah, didn't try it, it appeared.
You can see how they've struggled inside the 20. Those are bad numbers with the kind of offensive threats that both of these teams have, New England and Pittsburgh. The struggle down here this much is just got to be beyond belief for these two respective coaches.
LeBeau has seen his defense surrender 89 yards on this drive. It's third down. They've converted 3 of 5 so far in the game. Catch made, but at the 5-yard line, well short of what they needed. They could not make a first down. It was goal to go.
That's kind of an all or nothing pass, you know. They didn't try to pick the outside linebacker who was there in coverage. They're forced again to try a field goal.
So Graham made the catch, but short of the end zone. So field goal attempt by Matt Barr, who hit one earlier. Remember, at one point, after a loss of a couple yards, New England was at its own 1-yard line. So even if they only get 3, a pretty impressive drive. From 22 yards, Barr boots it through, and the Patriots do indeed bounce back in front. It's 6-3 New England. New England, after the Steelers surrendered their second longest drive by an opponent this season. Wagner kicking it off. Let's see if he makes his 4th tackle of the game. Mills from the 10. Where's Wagner when you need him? Mills stopped at the 33-yard line, a 23-yard return. And Wagner was well upfield.
Please make the tackle.
Well, following the game here on NBC, the Lexus Challenge hosted by Raymond Floyd. Celebrities Clint Eastwood, our own Brian Gumbel, Dr. J, and others pairing up with some golf legends like Nicholas Palmer and host Raymond Floyd. It's a 2-man best ball event for $1 million. I'd like to see one of the celebrities putting with $1 million on the line, wouldn't you?
Yes. I don't think they could even swallow, let alone take the club back.
That's coming up next after football. Cordell Stewart in this formation. As O'Donnell completes the pass for a gain of 9 to Andre Hastings. He's ridden down by Ricky Reynolds as we come to the 2-minute warning with New England up by 3. Skyline of the great city of Pittsburgh as New England leads 6-3, closing stages of the first half. The first half dominated, surprisingly, by the New England Patriots. Cowher and the Steelers with the football. 7 defensive backs on the field here for the Patriots, and the Steelers elect to run against that defense with John L. Williams. Aaron Jones made the tackle, and here's the hurry-up.
What you try to do if you see the 7 defensive backs, whoop.
And a flag down because I think John L. Williams planted his cleats right in the chest of one of the Patriots who was laying on his back. It was Aaron Jones who had made the tackle.
Aaron Jones is trying to keep him on the ground. John L's trying to fight his way up. Aaron Jones is doing his best.
Yep.
Right in the stomach. That was John L. Williams, put his left foot right in the stomach. And they call it against New England.
We have delay a game on the defense. The defense was holding the man down. That's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
So they were holding him down, and that's the call. So spot the ball right at midfield. O'Donnell's pass. Nice catch by Thigpen. Yancey's out of bounds and still going.
Yeah, he's got a bad toe. Remember, he told us last night he's got a sprained toe from playing at an Oakland Alameda County Stadium last week. Trying to get over that. Get the ball to the sideline. Stop the clock as best you possibly can with 5 receivers out there. You're going to see a lot of single coverage. Good throw by O'Donnell.
Cordell Stewart is one of those receivers. It's like playing Where's Waldo, trying to find Cordell and where he's lined up. He's in the slot bottom of the screen this time. And in motion. Good protection. O'Donnell has a man wide open. Caught by Mills. He's all the way to the 15 and 14-yard line.
He did everything but get clearly out of bounds, so the clock keeps running. Excellent throw by Neil O'Donnell. Again, that spread formation. O'Donnell takes the timeout. That spread formation puts a lot of pressure, even with 7 defensive backs, on the deepest defensive backs, because they got to look inside and outside.
Ernie Mills with a 27-yard reception, and Pittsburgh threatening. Line, first down Steelers.
On that last play, you're going to see the motion by Stewart. That locks up this guy. This guy goes on the inside, locks him up. And then Mills runs the corner pattern. And the safety is so deep, so far away that he can't really cover. Excellent throw by O'Donnell. First down.
Donnell Williams in motion. O'Donnell drops to pass for the end zone and overshoots his man. It was Mills again. Some contact. The fans wanted a flag, but nothing there. Ricky Reynolds was covering.
Reynolds on the coverage for New England. Second down at Pittsburgh.
Ron Earhart working against the New England defense. Ty Law, the rookie corner from the Patriots, also from the Pittsburgh area, from Aliquippa. Curtis Martin's roommate on the road. Pair of Pittsburghers. Second and 10. O'Donnell hit as he let the ball go. Would it be an incomplete pass? Yes. Chris Slade, the linebacker, coming, hit O'Donnell as he tried to unload it. It's ruled an incomplete pass. It'll be third down.
Again, Slade getting around John Jackson. He comes from the up stance, and he just pushes John Jackson right in the chest and gets right on Neil O'Donnell. McGinnis did it one other time on John Jackson.
Fewest sacks allowed. The Steelers among the league leaders. They've converted only 1 of 5 third downs today, and O'Donnell has to take a timeout. Second timeout taken by Pittsburgh. It comes with 1:19 left and a crucial third down. At halftime for the Domino's halftime report, Joe Montana, Joe Gibbs, Greg Gumbel joining you from New York. Jim Gray will be talking with former Cleveland Brown great Jim Brown about the team's planned move from Cleveland to Baltimore. Also a preview of the Miami Buffalo game coming up. That's the Domino's halftime report. 4 wide receiver formation, including Cordell Stewart. From the gun, O'Donnell steps up, sends it to the end zone. Touchdown, Thigpen. O'Donnell took a shot, but he delivered a strike to Thigpen for the 14-yard touchdown as Thigpen beat the rookie Carlos Yancey.
The man who put the pressure on him was Aaron Jones, and they flooded the left side of the field, had single coverage on the right side of the field. The only man out there to cover. Here's the hit. Aaron Jones right up on the chest of Neil O'Donnell. Carlos Yancey was the only man over to the cover, the receiver. Excellent throw and catch.
Norm Johnson's extra point is good. So with 1:13 left in the half, the first touchdown of the game scored. And O'Donnell has his career-high 15th touchdown pass of the season to Thigpen.
There's a new spirit here in New England, and the New England Patriots.
By Dave Meggett. Meggett trying to break it to the outside. Beautiful shoestring tackle made by Oldham. Chris Oldham, only a 14-yard return by Meggett, thanks to the special teams play of Oldham.
Now, if we go back to the touchdown, you see Pittsburgh's choices to flood this area over here. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs. But here's the intended receiver. And when you put someone out there with that much room, it's very difficult to cover. In this case, it was Carlos Yancey who couldn't stay with Thigpen. Thigpen his 5th touchdown catch of the year.
Capping a 7-play, 67-yard drive to give the Steelers the lead. Bledsoe across the middle. Catch made. Wide open was Dave Meggett. It'll be second down coming up after Meggett got 5 or 6 yards. Actually give him more like 8. Bledsoe in traffic. Lucky to get that one completed, but he did to Will Moore. And timeout New England with 40 seconds left. Bledsoe to the sideline for a little counseling as the Patriots try to get something in the closing seconds of this first half. Well, a Christmas legend tonight. It's a Wonderful Life. It's been a Christmas classic as long as I can remember, and the only place you can see it this year here on NBC. That's tonight, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central. It's a Wonderful Life, an NBC holiday exclusive. Bob Trumpy's favorite movie.
Yes, it is. I know that Clarence is an AS2. That is Angel Second Class. I know about Zuzu's Rose Petals.
So you have all the trivia. Have you ever been in a trivia contest? It's a Wonderful Life trivia contest?
No, not that one. I'm better at MASH trivia, but I love that movie. Jimmy Stewart, George Bailey. I mean, everybody'd like to have a banker like George Bailey.
I'll say. Well, the New England Patriots would like to have a score before halftime. And Bledsoe wings it complete, about a 10-yard gain. Catch made by Will Moore, second straight. Darren Perry covering him as we come under 30 seconds.
Steelers in that prevent mode, allowing everything underneath, then make the tackle.
Bledsoe pressure, ball knocked loose, picked up by the Steelers. Granson Buckner. Buckner will cruise for the touchdown. Second year from Clemson, he's going to keep that football as the Pittsburgh defense makes the big play. Johnson for the extra point. And it's good.
Tom, I could not see who stripped the ball away from Drew Bledsoe, but it's somebody that comes from behind. Bledsoe is holding the ball very, very low. He goes away from the primary receiver. Oh, it's 97 who gets it away from him. Ray Seals bounces right to Buckner, and good job, Ray Seals bounces it right out of his hands. Well, that's a Pittsburgh bounce, isn't it? Right on the flat spot on the football up to Buckner.
They're going to put Buckner on the hands team. Boy, he gathered that one in and got that 305 pounds rolling all in one direction. Nobody was going to catch it.
And I'm not sure who Ray Seals beats. I think it's Bob Pratt. No. He gets right inside the left guard. That's Roberts. Right inside Roberts. Jumps inside that gap. And he will get to the end zone. There he is.
And so the last 2 minutes of the first half have been disastrous for the Patriots. Their defense surrenders a touchdown, and their offense with a turnover for the TD. Look at that smile on Buckner's face. 6'2", 305 pounds. And the up men will take a short kickoff back to about the 34-yard line. It was John Burke.
Wow, that was not a good series. Moving the ball, and then suddenly offensive lineman allows the defensive tackle to jump inside. And of course, Bledsoe will be playing.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Greg Gumbel with his cast of characters. Jim Gray will talk to Jim Brown about the Browns' move to Baltimore. And that will be the last play before we send it to New York for the halftime. So the Steelers with 14 points in the last 2:02, and they're up 17-6. Now to Greg Gumbel, our NFL on NBC halftime studio in New York, against the best defense, but two costly turnovers, one an interception down at the Pittsburgh 2-yard line, and the other went for a touchdown.
Yeah, and they worked so hard in that first half until the last few seconds to keep pace with Pittsburgh, and then suddenly that turnover, that strip, and the touchdown, and the halftime stats all in favor of New England, except that big two, the two turnovers. And in any game, that'll kill you.
Look at the Coors Light halftime stats, and everywhere but the scoreboard, New England doing well. Bledsoe's first down pass is complete to Ben Coates, who fights his way for about 11 yards, and it will be a New England first down. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Tom, thank you. I spoke to Bill Cowher, the Steelers coach. He said two things went very right for us in the first half. first we were very, very fortunate. He said they went up and down the field on us, and I looked up at the scoreboard. It was only 6-3. He said the second fortunate thing that happened to us is we're lucky, we're lucky, we're lucky. Tom?
Well, they were lucky getting a good bounce in the Buckner touchdown run. Speaking of runs, here's Curtis Martin, who for the game has been averaging nearly 7 yards a carry against one of the best rush defenses in the league. He's approaching 100 yards, now over 80 for the game.
Yeah, that's his 12th carry of the game, and the more he carries it, particularly on this day in Three River Stadium in front of the home folks, the more he likes it.
Got 8 on that last carry. There you see up to 84 for the afternoon. There he is again. Picked his way at the line of scrimmage, found the seam, and dived forward for a first down to the 40-yard line. Told you that he went to Allardyce High School here in Pittsburgh. There he is. 1991. Went on to play for the Panthers of Kent. Allardyce High School and the Pitt Panthers. And as Bob mentioned earlier, played only one game as a senior against Texas. He did gain 250 yards before an injury took him out for the rest of the season. Bledsoe changing the play. Downfield to Brisby, who makes the catch at the 35-yard line. Banged down by Cordell Lake, but a good job by Bledsoe. Changed the play, and Brisby wide open for 25 yards.
Yeah, they caught the Pittsburgh Steelers in a blitz. Bledsoe recognized it, and again, I mentioned earlier, they don't really put Cordell Lake out in a spot where he has to cover. This is a good throw by Bledsoe. Comes over that front foot. There's Cordell Lake, man-to-man coverage on Brisby. That's not something Pittsburgh's defensive coordinator wants to do often.
Bledsoe again with that strong arm finds Brisby for another first down. So Bledsoe coming out with confidence here after the turnover led to a Pittsburgh touchdown. He's zipping the ball with authority.
And I think there's probably no delivery more examined in this season than Drew Bledsoe. When you give him time to throw, he's got good protection and he goes through the proper mechanics. He has a beautiful delivery. But he's only 23 years old, and kids will be kids.
In fact, Will Parcells saying all the good quarterbacks have gone through these stages. The real good ones come out of it, some don't. Delayed handoff to Curtis Martin, just tripped up, falls inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line.
The lead block there by Sam Gash was a thing of beauty. Sometimes if you can put a linebacker or defensive back on his backside, it works. Other times it's just the timing of the block, and that time Sam Gash just got there at the right moment to hit 99 LeVon Kirkland, and that almost sprung Martin for a big game.
Just tripped up, got 4 yards as it was. Martin spins away from one man, cuts up. Boy, he made something out of nothing there. He is down to the 26-yard line. Could have been stopped for a loss.
Yeah, Greg Lloyd is one of the best tacklers in the league. He ducks his head for an instant. Watch 95 from the right-hand side of the screen. He's there. Oh, he's not there.
Whiff.
That is a pirouette, a thing of beauty. And this kid does not give up on a play. You're going to have to tackle him with 2 arms, put some power behind the tackle to get him on the ground. Very few players make Greg Lloyd look foolish.
He is something special. On the sideline now with Megan in. Bledsoe's pass drills it complete. I think that's posted about the 11-yard line.
Same pattern they ran in the first half. They put Meggett out in front of the defender, and they put Coates out behind the defender. And Bledsoe makes the completion. You know, coming right at us. Now watch Dave Meggett. He goes shallow. That draws a defender up. That leaves the spot open for Ben Coates, and Greg Lloyd makes the tackle.
But once again, New England moving the ball on the NFL's best defense, but inside the 20 has been the problem. 9th play of this opening third-quarter drive. Bledsoe throws it to Coates. Meanwhile, Gash at about the 5-yard line was wide open. Nobody within 6 yards.
Hands on hip. Come on, throw it to me. Give me a shot. Well, again, that's part of the kid learning what to do here. When you become a quarterback in the NFL, you have to have the ability to look at the other receiver, not just lock on to a guy. One, it helps the defense. 2, it discourages the secondary and outlet receivers on your offense.
Martin. Again, he manages to make a couple of guys miss. Lugs it down to the 5-yard line. Now the Steelers have only allowed 2 men to rush for 100 yards all season long. And Martin is approaching the century mark here. He's 98 yards against Dick LeBeau's defense.
Dick LeBeau told us yesterday that we know how good this kid is. We really do. We've watched him enough on tape. And, that's a pretty good offensive line up there in front of him. And they're committed to the run.
Bledsoe for the touchdown. Catch made by Ben Coates. The ball drilled in traffic, and Coates manages to bludgeon his way into the end zone for his 5th touchdown catch of the season.
Tom, this is the same pattern again. Megate in the flat, Coates right behind it. Again, it's Greg Lloyd in coverage, 95. On that drive, they run the same play twice. He picks up a first down the first time and a touchdown the second time.
And immediately he signals we'll go for 2. So the Patriots will go for the 2-point conversion. Steelers didn't have the right defense out there. A man just running off at the last minute. Bledsoe nearly fumbled the snap, and Martin never got a head of steam going. Play was disrupted, and the conversion is no good. It remains 17-12. Through Bledsoe, capping an 11-play, 83-yard drive by the Patriots. Wobbly kickoff. Picked up at about the 30-yard line by Tracy Green. And he stopped at the 36, where Bill Cowher's Steelers will take over, holding a 5-point lead on New England. Leading by 5, Neil O'Donnell is on the sideline. And a quarterback for the Steelers is Cordell Stewart, the rookie. Slash now under center on this drive. We've seen him at wide receiver, his first snap at quarterback. And he didn't get it off in time. Delay of game. How embarrassing.
Really?
Delay of game on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And it was going to be the option. He was recruited to Colorado to run the ball.
He's got his gloves.
Yeah, he's got the gloves on. That is an indicator that he may not throw it. He's running the option here, and it just, good idea. They just couldn't get it. Well, let's try it again. He's back in there again.
Stewart comes into the game with a quarterback rating of 124. He's hit 3 of 4 passes, a touchdown, no interceptions. Fake. He's going to throw with the gloves on. And he's got it complete.
Hey, that was pretty. That was very well done, and that's exactly the way Colorado ran their offense. This is a big kid. He can stand the punishment with or without gloves. And he gets a lick on him, though.
Ooh.
My goodness.
That was Mike Jones, right?
Mike Jones puts it right in his chest, but that's a nice throw to Ernie Mills on the sideline. You know, Tom.
Was he inbounds?
I think so, but they got him in here for playoff opponents. So you got to prepare against Cordell Stewart at quarterback as well as slash receiver.
And here's the option. No, it's going to be a pass. Fake the option. Float it down the sideline. Big pin. Adjusted to the ball. Caught it. He's down to the 28 with Ricky Reynolds hanging all over him.
Tom, I can just hear defensive coordinators around the league who are in the playoffs or hope they're in the playoffs and might have to play. Oh, no, now we got to prepare for this. Give me a break.
That one was 32 yards, and Cordell Stewart at quarterback has the Steelers on the move.
Ricky Reynolds with the hand-to-hand combat there. Wins the jumping contest. This is Cordell Stewart's drive here.
And it has the ball at the 28 of the Patriots. Handoff this time to Pegram. All collared at the 25 and thrown back by Mike Jones.
Had trouble getting back to Pegram for the handoff. I mean, he's forgotten how to hand the ball.
Expect him to do everything? Come on.
He kind of stretches out there. Cordell Stewart is a big kid. By the way, he's a heck of a barber, too.
That's right. Charges $8 to $10 to cut his teammates' hair, but he said, I do accept tips. I still can't see who the injured Steeler might be. It gives us a chance to take a break with the Steelers up 17-12. Leading ground gainer Eric Pegram was the man shaken up on the play. Now Bam Morris is injured and out today, so the third tailback, Fred McAfee, is in there now. Just let Cordell run it. There he is, spinning his way and spun down with a flag flying in. Willie McGinnis was ready for the option.
Looked like a face mask.
He said somebody had me with a jersey.
You know, I just noticed too, Cordell Stewart going into the huddle. Let's hear the call here first.
Face mask, number 55 on the defense. Will add 5 yards to the end of the run. Still second down.
McGinnis, the guilty party.
Yeah, when he was in the huddle as a receiver, he'd just stand there quietly, listen to the quarterback. He goes in there as a quarterback. He's walking over the tackle, the guard. Now, this is what you do. Now, listen to me close. This is what I got. It's just that quarterback attitude, no matter what position he plays the most, they never forget.
I never saw a face mask. You grabbed him by the jersey, but not with the face mask. That was a gift, 5 yards. Stewart puts it up. And out of bounds, no completion. McAfee punished on the sideline by McGinnis. He's still mad about that phantom face mask call.
Well, he kept lobbying. And look, I grabbed his shirt. I didn't grab his face mask. He was right. Again, off the option. This is exactly the kind of offense that Colorado ran. Look at that hit.
Ouch.
Well, McAfee's the last running back. If Cordell Stewart hangs another one out there, he may be at running back.
Neil O'Donnell has come back from the shotgun here on 3rd and 4. 5 receiver formation. Pitch it to Cordell Stewart. He's going to run it. Cordell for the 5 and touchdown.
Tommy's now thrown one, caught one, and he's run for one.
Slash, true to his name, from 22 yards on the pitch from O'Donnell. Johnson for the extra point. And it's good.
Tom, this really complicates things for a lot of people. I mean, he's there as a slot receiver. I was joking when I said he's going to be a running back, but watch him break this tackle. Right there. Jumps inside the defensive back. Big, strong kid. He's now slash, not just slash.
Coordinators, get ready. The triple threat is black. Triple threat. Triple flash. Cordell Stewart. And the price of haircuts just went up.
Absolutely. Way up.
Kickoff to Troy Brown. Speeds up the sidelines and is banged hard out of bounds. Slash Cordell Stewart with a beautiful run, and that grin is a mile wide.
This is very well done. I mean, he puts a move there. He puts a move here. He senses where the defensive back is coming from. He doesn't give up on the run. He jukes inside Terry Ray. Shows some strength. What's the big deal?
He said his dad Robert is super slash, the original slash. He's a painter, a contractor, lays tile, plays golf, plays tennis. And Cordell is about to catch him. Let's see if the Patriots can answer. To the 30-yard line, Curtis Martin on the reception from Bledsoe, knocked out of bounds by Willie Williams.
You mentioned Cordell Stewart at the Combine. He was there with Rashaan Salaam, the Heisman Trophy winner, Michael Westbrook, both first-round draft choices. He kind of thought he was going to get lost in the shuffle. Ran a 4.4 at the Combine as a quarterback. That caught the attention of an awful lot of people in the NFL.
And there is his season's work. Curtis Martin nowhere to go. Slips down and then is covered by Kevin Henry and Greg Lloyd. Well, Jim Gray was telling us to open the telecast in his interview with Bill Cowher that they had something special planned today. In fact, Cowher warned us yesterday that you'd be seeing a lot of Cordell. We didn't know how much.
Yeah, and Billy told us that when he's at quarterback, the formation is Buffalo, as in Colorado.
And there are a bunch of them on this Pittsburgh team, former Buffaloes. 4 of 7 third and longs converted by the Patriots today. Bledsoe's pass too high for his intended receiver, Hassan Graham.
Well, that was a 3-man pattern against 6 defensive backs. It's all zone. It looks like Williams kind of loses his footing, and the ball is thrown too high.
Ball was there. It was first down. So Brian Wagner will punt for the second time. And Andre Hastings is the Steeler deep man. Low punt. Hastings fair catch made at the 35. Now starts to run with it, but he did make a fair catch call, and it will be marked around the 35-yard line. Only a 38-yard Wagner punt. He's still feeling the effects of those tackles. 24-12. Steelers will be back. Walked off the field under the stands. He's replaced by Fred McAfee. And Neil O'Donnell back at quarterback now for the Steelers.
We won't slack.
And the crowd
We won't slack.
angrily.
We won't slack.
So O'Donnell back at quarterback, and Pegram taken under the stands for x-rays. Something you're familiar with from playing here at Three Rivers, huh?
Probably the room in this building I know best, the x-ray machine at Three Rivers Stadium.
McAfee hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple of yards, with Ty Law getting credit for the stop.
Matter of fact, if you go in that x-ray room, there might be some old x-rays of
Is it
ribs.
The Bob Trumpy Memorial x-ray room here?
Yeah, jaw, shoulder.
Well, your chant worked. It looks like Cordell is back on the field. Let's see where he lines up. It'll be wide receiver. He'll be in the slot, bottom of the screen.
He's the biggest receiver out there. You know that?
Yeah, he is big, isn't he? Look at him, 6'1", 212 pounds, and finely chiseled. Donald's pass sails over the head of Thigpen, incomplete. Thigpen well covered by Ty Law. You know, O'Donnell took a shot just before halftime, and Jim Gray told us from the sideline it was his right arm, his throwing arm. You think he's okay?
Well, hard to tell on that one, because he looked from the near side all the way over to the far side, and kind of in the last second tries to make a completion there. Hard to say, but that surgery on his pinky is on the right hand, so he's already had damage to the right side. Doesn't need any more. But look, this kid is tough. He does not want to come out of the lineup, especially with slash now threatening him.
He grew up, O'Donnell did, in New Jersey, 3 houses down from the New York Giants practice field, coached by Bill Parcells. That pass of O'Donnell's, intended for Thigpen, double covered. The pass is incomplete. Ty Law was running stride for stride with Thigpen and got help from the safety Myron Guyton.
Parcells told us that he drove back to the combine with Neil O'Donnell. He said, I like this kid. I like everything about this kid. 1 of 9 children, grew up a Giant fan. He was always sneaking around training camp and trying to get into games, and his parents are Giant season ticket holders. His kind of guy. He's a Jersey guy, he says.
Here's the punt. Starks punt toward Dave Meggett at the 22. Fell down trying to field it. And is covered immediately on the play by Randy Fuller. 41-yard boot. Well, there's that aerial view of Three Rivers Stadium. We haven't seen the confluence yet, the most photographed televised confluence in America or the world. But the aerial shot from the Goodyear blimp. It's the Goodyear blimp Spirit of Akron, based, of course, in Akron, Ohio, giving us our aerial views. And there's the confluence.
Which one's this one?
Well, I think that's the, let's see, it's either the Allegheny or the Monongahela. I say Monongahela at the
That's
top.
the Ohio. And that's where it starts, right there.
4:37 left, third quarter. Patriots take over at their own 23. Bledsoe's pass batted right back to him. He caught it. That's illegal play. And ouch, he wishes he hadn't.
I'm not catching it again.
No, let it fall.
Pressure comes from Kevin Green on the right-hand side, top of the picture. Ball is tipped
by Seals.
And there's Green. And now Lloyd, a free shot at him.
I Lloyd had a 5-yard head start too. Watch him.
Well, you don't get many chances like this where you're probably not going to get fined. He takes advantage of this one. That is full force.
He's been that fine route before. Brisby diving catch wide open, but to the 25-yard line, well short of the first down.
Bledsoe is rotating his shoulder like he may have banged it a little bit too hard there. Yeah, he hurt his left shoulder against San Francisco. Now this is the throwing shoulder.
It's 3rd and long for Bledsoe.
Third down, 8.
Could be a test of his arm here. To Coates, but it looks like a yard short of the first down. Wrestled to the turf by Carnell Lake.
And when the Steelers go with their nickel or dime package, they move Carnell Lake into safety. Good man to cover Ben Coates, and he does come up short.
And it's 4th down, and Bill Parcells is saying, what would Barry do? What would Barry do in this situation? Well,
maybe only once. Certainly not twice. Parcells chooses to punt. Speaking of Barry Switzer, are you? You're going to get phone calls from Dallas now.
Oh, well. Wagner to punt from the 32-yard line. Hastings dodges the first man. Reverses his field and is caught and dropped. He could have been a big gainer down the sideline, but Larry Wiggum catches him and makes the saving tackle. Bledsoe still feeling the effects of that hit by Lloyd.
He has been hit this year. Of course, the most celebrated one was the one against San Francisco when Norton hits him. And this is totally on Drew Bledsoe. They slide the line left. He's supposed to look left to make the completion. He doesn't. Lands on his shoulder. Took him 5 or 6 weeks to recover from that. Got a knot on his shoulder where he took the hit. Now this one is the business side of Bledsoe, the right shoulder.
Steelers take over at their 38. O'Donnell handing to McAfee. Crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gain of 3 with just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Tim Roberts, the stop of Fred McAfee. He's in his 5th year from Mississippi College. He was originally a 6th-round draft choice of the Saints back in 1991. Came into today's game with 15 carries on the season. Played at Division II Mississippi College. In fact, led the Gulf South Conference in rushing. In fact, was the team manager of his high school team in Philadelphia, Mississippi, until he was a senior. Donald fakes it to him and completes the pass to Hayes. Jonathan Hayes, only a couple of yards before he's tackled by Terry Ray.
They don't seem to throw to the tight end much here anymore. Eric Green left. That part of the game plan kind of left, which is surprising because Ron Earhart, wherever he's been, always thrown the ball a lot to the tight end. He had Russ Francis up in New England, certainly Bavaro and Zeke Mowat with the Giants, but they got slashed. I mean, just draw play. Cordell Stewart's the primary receiver.
Well, Cordell has given the fans and his teammates a real lift with his antics, and now here he is, Cordell Stewart at quarterback from the shotgun. Quarterback draw, and nothing doing. The quarterback draw does not work. Jimmy Hitchcock makes the tackle for New England, but something else for those coordinators to think about as the playoffs approach.
You're absolutely right. This is going to be a quarterback draw, but the safety blitz just absolutely just eats the play up. But you're right, it's something else they have to prepare for.
So the Steelers will punt. Ron Stark toward Dave Meggett. Sailing to Meggett, but a bit short, takes a New England bounce and be batted down around the 30-yard line. So New England will take over with 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. That was only a 28-yard punt. Bill Parcells on the Patriots sideline. Jim Gray's been hanging out over there. What'd you find out, Jim?
Well, Drew Bledsoe just sustained a little stinger. He just wanted to warm up his arm, loosen it up. He's going to be all right. Told the coaching staff and the trainers he's fine. He's going to come back in the game.
And Tom is trotting out now, Jim.
Actually, for all the passes he's thrown over the last 3 years, he's been protected pretty well. They've given up 70 sacks going into this game over the last 3 years, and he's thrown the ball almost 1,800 times in that 3-year period.
Leads the NFL in attempts and has become the youngest player to pass 10,000 yards passing in his career. This one behind his intended receiver Graham.
I'm not sure this kid is ever going to be a very accurate quarterback. Parcells' most famous quarterback, Bill Sims. Sims was unbelievably accurate. I'm not sure that Bledsoe is ever going to be that accurate a quarterback, but I think he can develop into one of those game breakers, those playmakers that he just does spectacular things with the football. Again, 23 years old.
Not the most accurate arm, but certainly one of the strongest. Turned Martin around with that pitch. He had to do a pirouette to catch it and gets only a short gain on the play. And as we said earlier, at 23 is the youngest to ever reach 10,000 yards. And in some pretty elite company.
Yeah, I hope to tell you, pretty elite company. I don't think Marino and Kosar, those guys threw it to 1,800 times to get to 10,000 yards.
And the third quarter comes to a close with the Pittsburgh Steelers leading the New England Patriots 24-12. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Beautiful Goodyear blimp shot of downtown Pittsburgh, the skyline, Three Rivers on the left, Point State Park right there on the point of the Allegheny and Monongahela forming the Ohio River. 24-12 as we start the fourth. New England has a 10-minute edge in time of possession. It's down 12. And Bledsoe down as well. Sacked by Kevin Green. That'll be number 8 on the season for Kevin and number 107 in his pass rushing career.
One of the most amazing athletes I think I've ever come across. Outsized on almost every single snap. He's on max lane number 68. Look at that bull rush. Just forces that 300-pound tackle right back into the quarterback and makes the sack. All leverage.
Yeah, but like Samson, as long as he's got that hair, but without that golden mane. The return by Andre Hastings gets him to about the 35, 44-yard punt. 7 yards on the return, and there is that golden mane of Kevin Green, who for many years was a captain in the Army Reserve. I don't know if they allow those haircuts, do they?
No, they do not. He was also in the tanks in the Army Reserve. No long hair.
Well, tomorrow the Browns will host what could be their last game at the Dog Pound, Cleveland Municipal Stadium. City rich in NFL tradition, hosted some of football's greatest games, and at 12:30 Eastern, Bob Costas and Mike Ditka join you live from Cleveland, while Joe Montana, Joe Gibbs, and Greg Gumbel are in the New York studios to discuss the last howl for the Dog Pound. That's tomorrow here on NBC. That pass is picked off, intercepted by the linebacker Willie McGinnis. And O'Donnell had that one picked off as arm hit just as he let it go.
Yeah, and again, it was Chris Slade, 53, coming from the backside. You're going to see 53 come right into the picture. Knocks it up in the air, and then the other linebacker, Willie McGinnis, makes the interception, or does he? Yes, he does.
It bounces into the arms of Vincent Brown.
Yeah. All 3 linebackers, 3 of the 4 that play for the Patriots, touch the ball or have a part in the play. And New England has it in good field position.
So Brown gets credit for the interception on the carom. And now the Patriots need to get something going. Still time, 14-15 left in the fourth quarter. Green and the Pittsburgh defense back on the field after the turnover. Ball is at the Pittsburgh 41. Reverse to Curtis Martin. He's got a blocker in front. Pulling tacklers with him to the 30-yard line. An 11-yard run and a first down. Levon Kirkland finally able to get him to the turf. And now 106 yards rushing for Curtis Martin in his homecoming game. And he is only the 3rd back this season, joining Robert Smith and Barry Sanders as the 3 to rush for 100 against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, his 3rd straight 100-yard rushing day, his 7th of the season. Very impressive by this rookie.
Fake it to him. Bledsoe's pass on target. Complete to Hassan Graham. And another first down. Banged hard by Cordell Lake. But the Patriots trying to take advantage of the turnover.
Well thrown. Good space between Bledsoe and the rush. Steps forward. Puts all of his force into it. Right on the money. You don't mind if there's a little wobble in it. You know, it can be cold and the ball is very hard in these temperatures. That's an excellent throw. That's just a peek at what this kid can do.
First down at the Steelers 17. Bledsoe threw it at the feet of Sam Gash as the rush was coming, and Bledsoe did not look good on that one.
Yeah, I said because you mentioned 17 at the 17.
Yeah. The dreaded red zone, huh?
Yes. They call it the plaid zone or something. Change the color. I'm not sure.
It'll be second down in that red zone.
Look at that. 5 times in there. 1 touchdown. 2 field goals. Last week it was awful.
Bledsoe, again, the pass off target. Did you see his feet dancing around?
Yes. One of the things, he's a tall kid. You're always going to have problems with him when he goes to that outlet receiver, but you want your feet moving, and he gets his feet locked. The big, tall kid, see, he doesn't move anything, really doesn't step toward the receiver. Yeah, he doesn't step toward the receiver to put some oomph on the football.
So 2 errant passes in a row by Bledsoe after he drilled one complete for a first down. Steelers show blitz. Bledsoe has time. Coates took a shot, but held on. Wow. Cordell Lake with that linebacker style hit, and Coates held on to the football.
Well, that was a heck of a catch. He is there in the crowd. Lots of people. There's Martin. I mean, Lake is already off the ground to make the contact, and Coates hangs on. Just a square in route.
Well, he's about the best there is. And he showed you why. First and goal. Bledsoe lost it for Coates. Almost made a one-handed catch.
Well, Curtis Martin was wide open in the flat. Wide open in the flat. They run Martin on the swing pass. But again, it looks like Drew Bledsoe is tied into the tight end. And you're right, he almost makes the one-handed catch. Well, that is a big kid.
But we've seen Bledsoe on many occasions lock in on Coates, and I guess why not, as good as he is, but passes up some wonderful opportunities. 7th play of the drive. Second and goal from the 6. Tipped pass and incomplete. Intended for Brisby.
Oh, is that the 3rd one today? Tip pass?
From a quarterback that's 6'5", which never fails to amaze me.
We can see who gets their hands up. 97, Ray Seals gets his hand up, knocks the ball behind Vincent Brisby, the intended receiver.
Seals is having another big game, isn't he?
He is.
In the greatest sense of the word, big game, as we look at it. 3rd and goal. Caught for the touchdown, Ben Coates, and he earned it.
Well, he makes a nice adjustment there, Tom. Again, this is a Pittsburgh zone. Now watch him float out from 24. Just finds that little dead spot, and there again, Bledsoe with that arm strength, waits, looks away, looks back, zips it in there, almost sidearm. Coach does a great job there, just making himself available to the quarterback for the score.
2nd touchdown of the day, 6th of the season for Ben Coates. The extra point is good. And after the turnover, touchdown Patriots, they're back in the game.
Today's in
Pittsburgh from the Goodyear Blimp with the Steelers up 24-19, 12:05 left. New England gets the interception, converts it to a touchdown, and here's Wagner's kickoff. Taken by Mills. Right up the center this time, and Mills to midfield.
See Wagner?
Wagner says, What in the world is going on here? Run for cover.
Yeah, I made 3 tackles. I'm not making the 4th. Tom, let's go back to the touchdown. You look for little things for a quarterback. Watch Drew Bledsoe as he drops back. He's looking at Coates, free release. Now he looks outside. He looks back at Coates. Now watch what happens. When he looks outside, watch the effect it has on this safety right here. See where Coates turns up? See the safety jump outside? Now when Bledsoe looks outside, then he comes back inside. Bledsoe looking outside created the space for Coates to become the receiver and makes the touchdown. Small point, but a big learning point for this young man.
Beautifully done. Here's Fred McAfee. McAfee with a good run to the 40-yard line. He got 10. It'll be close to a first down, maybe enough. Run out of bounds by Terry Ray. So the Patriots do something good, convert the turnover into the touchdown, but then they allow Hastings with the 41-yard kickoff return, and the Steelers are right back in business. Eric Pegram is back on the sideline after they looked at the x-rays. No report on what they found, but since he's still in uniform, we'll assume they were clean.
Although it does look like he has a set of warm-up pants on the sideline, so it may not be quick to come back in.
I didn't see that, so maybe he is not. Okay. It is first down for the Steelers on the run by Pegram's replacement, Fred McAfee. Tim Lester now makes an appearance on the field. Another running back, a free agent in his 4th year from Eastern Kentucky. Cordell Stewart is out there too. He's going to line up at a wide receiver slot, bottom of the screen. And in motion is Stewart. And he gets the handoff. Stewart looks for a block. Got away from one man. Hurdles a second. And is all the way down to the 32-yard line. Run out of bounds by Terry Ray.
It created a monster.
But he's adamant about saying he wants to be a quarterback. He doesn't care about all this other stuff, just to help the team.
Sure, doesn't mind at all. And I mean, it's unusual that you find a quarterback who is, one, willing to take a chance at injury.
Right.
I mean, he shows more of a running back skill there than he does a quarterback skill by not avoiding the tackles and running for the sideline.
Super slash, Cordell Stewart. McAfee got a good block and then slipped as he tried to make a cut at about the 24-yard line.
Wait a minute. Stewart's out there making a good block.
I wonder if he could play defense.
I wanted to give him a shot.
Done everything else.
Watch what happens here. You're going to see 10 come into the picture. There he is right there on the right. Stay with the guy. This is called a stalk block. Just stay with him, stay with him. And as the run progresses, he stays with the guy he's supposed to block. Shoves him over. Hey, pancake. Give me a pancake there. Knocked him right on his back.
Steeler first down. The Patriot 24. 10 minutes left in the game. Here's a reverse. Ernie Mills out of bounds at the 11. No, at the 16, excuse me.
And O'Donnell is out there leading a block.
It's catchy.
I mean, this is the double reverse. He opens one way, they hand it to the guy, and they look, watch the personal. There he is, 14. He's out there to make a block. I mean, Bill Cowher expects a lot out of these quarterbacks. Watch 14 now. He's on the rookie Ty Law. Well, not great for him. Not great for him. It was good until you had to show that.
Pegram has a bruised chest and we're told will not return to the game. McAfee cuts up off a block. About a yard short of the first down. The x-rays on Pegram were negative, but just a bruised chest and will not return to the game.
I can't remember a football game where I've seen more of a diverse offense than we've seen here, all in the person of Cordell Stewart. He just adds such a tremendous weapon to this offense. I mean, you can't disregard him. And again, I mean, they're going to be defensive coaches that are
all right.
They're spending 2 hours more now. Wait a minute. What's this look? What's this down and distance situation? Where is it going in motion? What's it? Trying to get some tip.
He's on the field here. And a handoff to McAfee, fighting his way for yardage. Bangs to the 15. It'll be very close to the first down. We'll see. And it looks like it'll be just short on 4th down. And what do you do?
I think they got the perfect weapon. Cordell Stewart. They're sending in the kicker, but I mean, you can put a defense in a tizzy here with Cordell Stewart and Neil O'Donnell on the field at the same time in short yardage. But Norm Johnson is a pretty good kicker.
4th down and a yard, and they will go for the field goal. It is 24-19, so this 32-yard field goal would, and it is good. So 27-19, and now it takes a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie with 7:52 left in the game. .52 left in the game. They built their lead to 8. Troy Brown dancing his way to the sideline, and another nice move taken out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. A 39-yard return. Norm Johnson, the kicker, got him out of bounds. December afternoon, Three River Stadium, where the Patriots take over down 8. Bledsoe to Sam Gash. Can't get away from Darren Perry. It'll be 2nd down and about 6.
2nd down, 6.
Patriots needing a win today to retain any mathematical shot at making the playoffs. It's remote, but Bill Parcells said if we can just get to 8-8, we do win some tiebreakers. Maybe I'm wishing. Here's Curtis Martin. He's had a big day in his homecoming. He's got a 1st down. He's still on his feet to the 41-yard line. Impressive performance today by the rookie Curtis Martin. That one covered 13 yards before Perry and Buckner get him down.
He gets all the credit, but again, watch the block by Gash, 33. Leads right up there on Levon Kirkland, 99. Just perfect timing on the block, then the moves. That gifted part of Curtis Martin just makes people miss constantly.
Martin for the day is now up to 121 yards.
Coates
Wide open across the middle, and he has the catch inside the Steeler 30. Myron Bell tripped him up. Coates already with 2 touchdown catches.
And Tom, they fake Coates at the line of scrimmage like he's going to block and then release him, and boy, he was just, no one paid any attention to him. He was wide open there down the middle.
9 catches, 74 yards, and a pair of touchdowns for Coates today, and suddenly the crowd awakens as the Patriots mounting a drive that potentially could tie the game. Bledsoe floats it complete to Martin. Can't get away. He's to the 21-yard line. Nice tackle by Daryl Salsky that time against the elusive Curtis Martin.
Again, trying to get up through the middle of that Pittsburgh defense now. Just finding little spots, little seams in the middle of the coverage.
Pittsburgh Steelers with a win today clinch a first-round bye and still have a chance to catch Kansas City for home field throughout the playoffs. Curtis Martin hit and dropped for a loss by Levon Kirkland.
Well, good call, Dick LeBeau. They dog both inside linebackers. They block one. Gash gets one on the right, but nobody blocks Kirkland, and he makes the tackle. Alsavsky is taken care of, but Kirkland is by himself. There's LeBeau.
So now it's 3rd and 4 from the Pittsburgh 22-yard line. Clock shows 4:52. Bledsoe's pass complete to Curtis Martin. Martin with a nice move inside the 10 and the touchdown. Wow. Curtis Martin 22 yards for the touchdown on the pass from Bledsoe.
Well, that's the same play we've seen. Only this time, Curtis Martin is the 3rd guy out in the pattern, Tom.
And needing the 2-point conversion to tie, the Patriots will take a timeout to discuss the play selection. I'm telling you what, Curtis Martin is the real deal.
He was the 10th running back taken. Again, you're going to see a lot of people clear out underneath Curtis Martin. He just kind of hesitates there a little bit. Now watch this move. Kirkland is an excellent tackler. Just absolutely freezes him. Runs by Perry. And from the telestrator angle, watch the way everybody kind of clears out. This guy clears out, and then here's Martin just sitting right here in the middle of all this zone coverage. Three guys flush everybody out, and then it's up to Martin to beat one guy. He does. Just freezes LeBron Kirkland. Man, he got there quick, didn't he?
And he has tied Ickey Woods for the all-time TD mark by rookie touchdowns. That is 15 touchdowns for Curtis Martin in this rookie season, only behind Eric Dickerson, who had 18 in 1983. What kind of days he had? 120 yards rushing, 7 catches, 58 yards.
Tom, can you imagine what New England would be like without this kid? I mean, he was the 10th running back taken.
He's on the sideline here, though, for the 2-point conversion to tie. Dave Meggett is the only setback. Bledsoe's pass, caught, Meggett, 2-point conversion, good, game time. Parcells and the Patriots come storming back. And with 4:38 to play, we are tied. Bledsoe to Meggett for the 2-point conversion. And it's 27-all. Mills breaking to the sideline and just caught from behind, and a flag down on the play. Reynolds made a shoestring tackle after an 18-yard return. Bernie Kukar will sort out the penalty for us.
It's in the spot where it might be New England offsides.
And you are right.
See, I think you make him kick it again. Mills has been excellent in kickoff returns today. You want as good a field position as you can possibly muster.
Offside on the kicking team. That's a 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
Yeah, make them run down there 40 yards again. Let's see if we can turn Mills loose.
And again, we've seen the Patriots allow these long returns. Here's the offside.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it was number 54.
Kahano was offside, and Mills has 4 returns for 116 yards today, so sure, make him kick it over. His longest has been 38. Remember now, the Steelers with a win today clinch a first-round bye in the playoffs. They already have taken the title in the AFC Central. They still have a chance, too, of catching Kansas City and having home field throughout the playoffs. The New England Patriots with a win remain alive mathematically, at least, to make the playoffs. So it is an important game. Mills from the 14-yard line. Made one move and another, and then is banged down hard at the 32-yard line. Leading the defensive special teams play, Marty Moore. The return was 17 yards by Mills. So the Steelers now headed to the playoffs, but will they have home field throughout? Will they sit on the sidelines during the first round? Cordell Stewart is back out on the field. The Steelers have 4:20 showing on the clock. First down at their 32. Game is tied. Stewart.
These Patriots just, they won't go away, will they?
They've had every chance to quit today and have not. And the ball off to McAfee. Caught from behind. Collapsed by Chris Slade. Slade has had an excellent game. Well, Parcells telling us yesterday, perhaps I'm dreaming, but if we can just get to 8-8, we'll win some tiebreakers. And that's what he told his team, and they have played like they have a chance for the playoffs. You see the timeouts remaining. We're tied at 27.
Yeah, think of what they've survived, too. Fumbled going in at the 2. Had a fumble return for a touchdown. I mean, they've survived a lot to tie this football game.
Neil O'Donnell. Good protection. Pass complete. McAfee makes the catch, but is immediately tackled at about the 35-yard line by Ted Johnson. So very little gain on the play, bringing up 3rd down and long.
almost every number you can think of, the New England Patriots own. Yardage, time of possession, third down conversions. I mean, the Pittsburgh offense, except for that one drive with Cordell Stewart at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, they've struggled.
5-receiver lineup. Cordell Stewart, Ernie Mills, Charles Johnson, Andre Hastings, Yancey Thigpen. How many defensive backs?
Seven. I count 7.
O'Donnell, diving reception made by Andre Hastings, and it well short of the first down. Coleman Brown covered it.
Yeah, now the fans are booing, but that play is designed to catch Hastings in stride. He goes back in motion. O'Donnell's supposed to catch him in stride so he can turn up and make the third down conversion. So you give the Patriots, who are now hot in this fourth quarter, another offensive opportunity.
So the Steelers will give up the football. Ron Stark in punt formation. That's Megate awaiting it. And a low kick. Megate says get away from it, and it takes a great Steeler bounce. Too great. Into the end zone. Touchback. So New England gets a break there as the ball bounces all the way to the end zone, and New England takes over at the 20. A 64-yard punt, but the net only 44.
During the last drive, Al Groh on the sideline, he's trying to signal things in a little bit. I don't know, go uphill, talk to me. I'm not sure.
Same to you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to know what that means.
No, me neither. That's deep into the defensive playbook.
First down at their own 20. New England has 2:51 on the clock, 2 timeouts. Tie game. Play action fake. Bledsoe across the middle, short game. Catch made by Curtis Martin and immediately tackled by Jerry Osowski.
Well, they have discovered this little package of plays with the second and third receiver out of the backfield, Tom, and they're trying to exploit it as best they possibly can. Now, Pittsburgh has got to make some kind of an adjustment here. Curtis Martin's going to break one loose again.
Patriots don't seem to be in any hurry as we approach the 2-minute warning. Bledsoe wings it, intended for Gash, and incomplete. Myron Bell was covering him. It'll be third down and 7.
And I see there are some receivers that Bledsoe has got to hit right between the numbers. Gash is one of them. There are some guys who will make the adjustment to the ball. Gash cannot. And this ball is thrown just far enough away from Gash that in trying to make the adjustment, he can't.
Important third down, 3rd and 7 from the 23-yard line. Dime defense for the Steelers.
Megate.
Bledsoe. Pass broken up by Williams, intended for Graham.
Oh, my Tom. Dave Megate, third guy out of the backfield. Oh, no. That was the conversion. Again. And the ball is intended here, but watch underneath. You're going to see Megate 22 uncovered. Enough for the first down. Oh, my goodness.
Wagner will punt. Andre Hastings awaiting this kick. Hastings has to run up to try to field it and can't. Takes a fairly decent New England bounce and will be out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. A 45-yard punt. Timeout for the 2-minute warning. Can the Steelers pull it out? Dave Megate on the New England sideline thinking of what might have been. He was wide open on that third down pass. So the Steelers take over at their 32 from the shotgun. O'Donnell with 4 wide receivers. And across the middle, complete. Hastings makes the catch. Myron Guyton immediately stops him. Got 6 yards. 2nd and 4.
Steelers still have 3 timeouts here.
O'Donnell has his man. Caught and gone. Mills. 62 yards from Neil O'Donnell. He has 3 catches, 99 yards on the day, and that one could have been the backbreaker.
His 7th touchdown reception of the season. And boy, that's that spread offense, what it does to the defense.
Terry Ray, this is, we believe.
With the multiple wide receivers, you see the spread. Good move by the guy who was up, Carlos Yancey, and then, oh man, is that hit in stride, on the money. Perfect catch.
Remember, at the end, the last 2 minutes of the first half, the Steelers scored 14 points. Parcells telling his team, we have time, but only a minute 28. As once again, the Steelers explode late as they did in the first half.
That was beautiful.
And they're down to only 1 timeout now because by rule, that injury to Terry Ray cost New England a timeout. Norm Johnson's extra point is good. Mills has accounted for 233 yards today. 134 in returns and 99 in receiving, and he's put Pittsburgh on top 34-27.
Now look, I hate to go back here, but this is a game of play to play. In that 3rd down conversion that the Patriots did not make, the first down marker is right here. Here's Dave Meggett. Here's the receiver he tries to get the ball to. Watch what happens to Meggett. Now Bledsoe is looking down the field. Meggett releases through the line of scrimmage. Kevin Green, 91 in front of him. If Bledsoe can hold it for just a split second longer, when does he stop running? That's out. Just small, minute points like that. Yes, he was pressured. No question about it. But a split second longer, the touchdown doesn't take place. The 3rd down conversion goes for the Patriots.
Instead, it's Meggett buttoning up to receive the kickoff while Mills accepts congratulations on the sideline after that 62-yard touchdown catch. Johnson will kick as you see the situation. Troy Brown from the 5. Steelers special teams taking him out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
Well, that was a keeper. That touchdown is a keeper. When you draw him up, you hope it works that well.
Only 1:23 left for Bledsoe. 1 timeout. He starts from his own 22. Football still live, and the Steelers have it. And touchdown, Chris Oldham. Talk about deja vu in the first half. 14 points in 2 minutes into the game. Same thing. Chris Oldham taking the fumble by Coates. 27 yards for the touchdown.
2 defensive scores in this game for Pittsburgh. How rare is that?
Johnson the extra point. And the holiday celebrations are on in the Steel City as the Steelers will watch the first round from the sidelines. They have earned a first-round bye with this victory today.
Just a simple square-out pattern run by Ben Coates, normally very sure-handed. Big Lloyd comes from the right, does strip the ball away, There's no question the ball is loose. 95. We haven't called his name or number much today, but he comes up with a huge play. Oldham picks it up and rambles 27 yards for the score.
And that is the 6th forced fumble of the season for Greg Lloyd.
He always puts his mark on a game, doesn't he?
Yep.
And we really haven't called his name much.
No, you're right.
He's not been a big factor.
Talk about explosive offenses, explosive defense for the Steelers. Officially 23 yards on the return, but that's a good advice. It came late, but he did seemingly put it out of reach with the forced fumble.
Yeah. Game ends. Pittsburgh wins. New England can say for 56 of the 60 we played pretty well. The last 2 minutes in the first half, last 2 minutes of the game, they blistered us.
Squib kick. Grabbed by one of the up men who just falls on it at that point. It's taken by Giesler, one of the backup offensive linemen, Mike Giesler.
Well, all the planning you do, you hope it works. And for New England, a ball stripped from Bledsoe's hand at the end of the first half, the ball stripped from Coates's hand at the end of the second half, and it gets away from you.
Bledsoe heaves it as far as he can, which is considerable, and then through the hands of Brisby along the sideline. .59 seconds left. Well, Bill Parcells telling us yesterday that they're not that far away on offense, and certainly against the NFL's best defense today, they have moved the football. They will close the season at Indianapolis next week. Well, Pittsburgh has a date with the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field on Christmas Eve. Attempted screen pass. That didn't look good from the start.
Now Buckner, 96, the defensive tackle, had a hold of the guy who was.
That'll do it.
Yeah. You don't want to throw it to him. We know that he'll pick it up and run it in for a touchdown.
Which he did to give the Steelers a score. There's Dick LeBeau, and now it can be told he served a vital function in the career of Bob Trumpy as a player. He used to set your digital watch that you could not set. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
true
right.
Story?
I stopped wearing them because he moved. He went to Pittsburgh, so I had nobody to fix my digital watch.
And we're trying to get you on the internet.
It's just a double click. That's easy. Setting a digital watch is very difficult.
I bet your VCR blinks 12 all the time.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it does. Doesn't yours?
And that pass complete to Brisby. So 28 seconds left, and Bill Parcells, as the Patriots are eliminated from any chance of postseason play, will end the season. And there's been some speculation that it might be his last. We asked him about it earlier, and he said he'd made no decision, hadn't even thought about it.
And for Cowher, boy, has he put he's put the flames back in this city, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has indeed. And they refocused, in the words of Bill Cowher, after they lost to Cincinnati in a Thursday night game here. And have they ever turned the season around? This will be win number 8 in a row, and yes, you deserve a smile.
The one thing that I'm reminded of about Bill Cowher is Chuck Noll was a great coach. Was a wonderful success here. But the players, to a man, said, you know, his door was closed. You couldn't go in and talk to Chuck Noll when he was here. With Bill Cowher, doors always open. Hey, you got something on your mind? Tell me. I want to know what it is. He tries to keep them as focused and as happy as he possibly can.
That pass incomplete with 16 seconds remaining. Considering they lost Rod Woodson and Neil O'Donnell, game 1 of the season, Bill Cowher has to be a strong candidate for AFC Coach of the Year.
Yeah, you can't give a staff Coach of the Year too, but the adjustments they made by losing their best player in Woodson, then their starting quarterback in O'Donnell, and to be 11-4 at this spot, that is very remarkable.
Ben Coates, another big day as the final seconds tick away. And so the Steelers win their 8th in a row and gain a first-round bye as they defeat the gritty New England Patriots 41-27. Now stay tuned for the NFL and NBC post-game show. This is Tom Hammond for Bob Trumpy.